Hi, can you hear me? Hi, can you hear me? Are you able to hear me? Okay, thanks. Okay, cool. So, good evening, everyone. How's it going? Market, one hell of a market for the last 2, 3 days, huh? Something which was inevitable has happened, although it has taken some time to happen, but the nervousness in the market was always there, and there was a big tussle going on between bull and bear. So, I think the bear has won it this time in last 2, 3 days. But let's see till what time these guys continue to have the edge. But I think bull definitely are someone who are not down and out. Bull are there because they have been making money for a long time in market now. So I guess let's see what happens in the market. So welcome to Ask Me Anything, where I discuss for 1 hour about things which you would like to get answered. First 15 minutes, I want to talk about things which are very relevant for stockage users. And the fact that you guys have been using stockage, or if not using stockage, how you should use stockage, what are the key features which you probably have missed, and through these initiatives videos you are probably getting introduced to those features. So first 15 minutes, as I always do, I will introduce you to one unique feature of stockage which you should go through. And guys, if you have not seen my earlier Ask Me Anything, please do have a look. Go to the YouTube channel of StockEdge. I'll share the link with you. You go to YouTube link of StockEdge. So just type YouTube StockEdge. So if you go to the YouTube link of StockEdge, we have been continuously preparing a lot of videos with respect to learning around StockEdge and also learning the broader aspects of market in this channel. So there have been hosts of Ask Me Anything which I've recorded earlier. So go through them. Each Ask Me Anything will definitely make sure that you learn something unique from me. Apart from that, there are videos on ratio analysis, how to select your mutual fund, various mutual fund investment themes, thematic stock ideas, etc., etc. So a lot of content is there in this YouTube channel. So I hope you will find the channel useful for your enhanced learning with respect to stock market. All right. As planned, for the first 15 minutes, I'm not going to take questions. So allow me to speak what I want to speak for the first 15 minutes. The idea is to give you some perspective about this stockage, and then I will take your question. So, Mr. Krishna, Mr. Nageshwar, I'm going to reply to all your questions. Don't mind, but after 15 minutes. All right. So let me just start with my discussion around stockage, which I want to talk about. Mr. Jayaprakash, I'm very very sorry to hear that you lost all your money in intraday. Don't worry. Let me just be done with my section, and then I will take your query separately. Okay, so here we go. So let me just share the screen with all of you. Yeah. So I've been talking about stockage and various important features around stockage. The structure of stockage has been kept very, very simple. The explore feature talks about the free features, and analytics allow freemium features, which we are continuously developing for you so that you become truly empowered and knowledgeable investor and do things on your own. Okay. One feature which I want to talk about today, which I don't know how many of you have been tracking, is the edge report. This, for the last 6 months, we have been creating some really, really nice content for all of you, ready-made content for all of you who are closely market tracking the market. Edge report is classified into different categories. One is a case study where we are making case studies on individual stocks. What is the case study? It's actually not a research report. It's a case study which talks about a particular stock in depth. Okay, in a very very simple and easy to understand language. Let me show you this case study on India Mart which we developed a couple of days ago. Okay, so this is a case study on IndiaMart where we talked about IndiaMart and what kind of business the company is into. Let me just download this. Let me download this. Just give me a minute. Okay, I'll just proceed. So everything about the company is, sorry, looks like some problem. Desktop setting. Anyways, let me go back to my stockage. So yeah, so it's a 35, 40 page document which gives you an understanding of a company in a very simple to understand language. Research reports by broking firms are very lengthy and very tough language has been used there. What we have done is we have tried to keep it as simple as possible with a lot of data and and graphics to explain you the concepts. Okay. Apart from case study, this is one section which you have to visit. These are con call summaries. Now, people who are new to the market, you should know that companies come out with certain kind of data points which is relevant as an information to the shareholder. Some are the financial data points, some are announcements made by the company. One of the important information which company management shares through con call is the vision of the company. So if a company is coming out with a quarterly result, the management will come, organize a con call with few analysts, and that con call will be published. Okay. So there will be video of the con call, audio of the con call, or the con call transcript will be available to the shareholders. Now, what we have done is our team is listening to the con call, the audio transcript, they're listening to the con call and trying to make summary of the con calls. By going through the summary of all the con calls which we are publishing, you will have such a strong understanding of the company, what the management is talking. And management also gives you an understanding of what they're looking at from an overall environment perspective, overall sector growth perspective. So if you are not listening to con calls, which is a very lengthy exercise, each con call, the audio con call ranges from 1 hour to 2 hour, depending upon the depth of the content of the company. What we do is we are giving you a summarized form of con call in probably two pager, where you will get the key pointers with respect to the company right in front of you. So anyone who has not seen this feature, I would request you all to look at this feature. It's a phenomenal output which we are creating, very filtered output and relevant output in case you want to track your company. In case you are not looking at this and just looking at price to trade the market, I would say price should be sufficient to give us to give you some information, but an added knowledge of con call definitely helps you to filter out your trades and you don't get stuck into the wrong trades. Third is the infographic, which is one of the free output which we are producing. Here we keep on producing these top 5 stocks or top 10 stocks with respect to certain filters which we have created. For example, in breakout level, we have team which is continuously working on to identify the breakout happening in the companies. So important levels from where the company can give a breakout and you can probably participate in that breakout. Similarly, on fundamental side, there are definitely a lot of outputs which we are trying to produce and give it to you. So for people who don't want to put an effort on scanning the ideas, opportunity themselves, we have created these various ready-made outputs, which is very relevant if you follow them diligently. And then, of course, IPO, every one of us want to invest in an IPO. So our team is religiously creating IPO notes so that you can clearly see the view with respect to any IPO from our company. See, IPO is always liquidity driven. So when there is more capital in the market chasing the few assets, which is the case right now, obviously IPO will see a boom, which is happening right now. But whether that boom will continue or not, or the stock price will react or not, or what will happen to the stock price in future, will be dependent on the core business of the company. So in this document, we try to simplify the understanding of core business of the company and facilitate this whole idea of helping you to apply to the IPO. Okay. Finally, in our document, you see, we'll give this kind of a conclusion so that you exactly know this the view on the IPO which our firm is trying to create. So we are not a broker. Let me clarify this point. We are an independent knowledge firm who is trying to give you knowledge at every stage of your market participation. Could be knowledge in the terms of learning through learn markets, or could be knowledge in the terms of these ready-made analytics, which could be relevant for people who want ready-made output rather than using the tool to create their own journey of various kind of outputs. All right. So I hope you guys will be able to see Edge report. You will use this Edge report for some time, see what works for you, and enhance your knowledge. The more you read about these things, the better you'll be prepared for any kind of contingency in the market. Okay, so this is a very short and sweet discussion which I wanted to have with you on the IPOs on the stockage side. Not because market has been so volatile, market has reacted. I'm sure that a lot of you have a lot of queries. So I thought let me just take your questions now. Okay. Okay, so I can see people are asking me questions. Bhavin is saying हिंदी में बोलो ना सर प्लीज सर हिंदी तो अभी इस चैनल में मैं हिंदी पे फोकस नहीं करता हूँ इंग्लिश की अभी मीडियम है हिंदी पे कभी और करूंगा Neha is asking sir I wanted to make a career in this field please guide me regarding that okay so in case you want to make a career in stock market I would recommend all of you just type YouTube uh, Elon Markets 6 steps. Okay. Okay. So see, I've recorded a video called 6 steps to start in stock market. I suggest you go to that video. That video has I have given you explanation step by step to build a career in stock market. What are the various things you need to do? So I have classified this on the basis of 6 steps. I think this is very very useful. If you can see this video, you will get a very good understanding hang of the things. Okay. Okay, Nageshwar is asking in the futures trading Greeks are applicable or not? Nageshwar, in futures trading Greeks are not applicable. Greeks are basically measurement tool for probability on the basis of time zones. Okay, so futures is not relevant in terms of Greeks. Typically options where time value is actually more important. There the applications of Greek is more relevant. Okay, Jaideep is asking short-term view on Bharti. Okay, so let us go to StockEdge. Let us type Bharti. Okay, so this is the template which I follow in StockEdge. Okay, let me just add few indicators here. So let me add super trend indicator. So I'm creating my own template which I will follow. So I'm adding all these ready-made indicators which we have given to you in StockEdge. Okay, let me save this. Okay, so Bharti, if you see currently Bharti, okay, let me remove 5-day moving average because this is extremely short term. Okay. Okay, so you see Bharti, RS is the indicator which I follow to measure the strength of any stock. So because RS is more than zero, and Bharti has seen a fair bit of delivery based activity during this period when the prices went up. So for me, Bharti is a stock which I will hold on. Market may correct a bit, but looks like that even though market is correcting, Bharti is holding on to the stock price. It is not correcting more than what market is correcting. So I would say that from a medium term perspective, Bharti definitely is a hold position. So let me also go to trading view. Okay, so I recorded a webinar last weekend where I explained the concept of linking delivery, relative strength, open interest, and other data points to figure out the long swing or short swing position in the market. So if you see Bharti, based on that webinar which I discussed, if you see Bharti from a long swing perspective, RSS trading above zero, RSI is above 50. That means the long-term momentum is intact and the super trend is also positive. That means I'll be positively biased towards Bharti. Okay, from a long swing perspective, and long swing could range from anywhere between say 7 days to 30 days or 60 days. But from a short swing perspective, which is 2 hourly chart which I follow, I see Bharti has already generated a sell signal in super trend, although RS is more than zero. Okay, so if I have to play Bharti, my mindset should be that I have to hold on to the position for a long time because immediately on short term there is a super trend sell, but this can get converted to buy very fast. So if I have to build a position, it has to be for a long swing, which is ranging from, as I said, from 7 days to 30 days to 60 days. Now, if you already have the position, you see this was a big swing high, and Bharti, when it crossed the swing high, it tried to make an attempt to cross the another swing high, but it got corrected here, and it is taking a support around this level, which is 560. So I think for Bharti, short-term swing perspective, if you can hold on, so anywhere between say 555 to 560 could be a stop loss, and we should expect the price to go up. Why? Because RS is more than zero, super trend is positive, and there is enough delivery based activity which has happened when the breakout happened. Is this clear? Is this concept clear? Jaideep is saying my question was more in the light of MSCI rebalancing due in Feb for Bharti. Well, Jaideep, to be very honestly, these MSCI rebalancing, etc., is always incorporated as part of the price. See, my theory is that the bigger players have more information than all of us. So, if at all they know that that rebalancing is happening, the impact of that rebalancing is already in the price, which is why price is showing the strength. So either you are following price blindly and just looking at it for your decision making. Otherwise, you keep on figuring out these fundamental things like MSCI rebalancing or fundamental news, etc., which tend to confuse you. So I would seriously suggest that if you are looking at charts, just focus on charts and let price tell you what looks like a probable action which is happening in a particular stock. What do you think about option selling in currency market? Richwood is asking, what do you think about option selling in currency market? Well, currency market is a very dull market. The volatility is less. So typically, if you sell options, the time decay takes a lot of time. So obviously, equity market is highly volatile, and there because premium value is higher, you tend to get more money if you're selling options there. But the beauty of currency market is the capital deployed by selling options is far lesser than the capital deployed in case of equity market. So even if with lesser capital you get lesser volatility, it should be fine with you. So I suggest do both. Both equity and currency should be part of your option selling. Don't just do equity or don't just do currency because both have a different kind of a volatility profile. So I would suggest take indices, equity indices, as well as current currency indices, and run the model where you can sell options in both the instruments together. It could be call option in one instrument and put in the other instrument, or the vice versa, depending upon your view on those instruments. Okay, Kotak Mahindra Bank. Pratik is saying Kotak Mahindra Bank should we look at it? Let's see Kotak Mahindra Bank. So Kotak Mahindra Bank. What is the status of this bank? See, Kotak Mahindra Bank. So the model which I suggest to people is that RS is less than zero, and the trender, the super trend is suggesting that the stock is going down, and there is a fair bit of delivery-based activity which has happened here. Okay, because of which price has gone down. Now you can ask me two questions, sir. This delivery could be by someone who is buying at the bottom, or could be delivery with someone who is selling at the top, right? Now, it's very difficult to make a judgment that who is buying and who's selling. Typically, you relate price with the delivery data. So when the price is going down and delivery is high, that means someone is selling very, very actively. So I suggest that don't try to be contrarian here. Yes, if you want to have a long-term position in Kotak, it's a very good business to own for a period of 4 years, 5 years. You will never regret owning these kind of companies. But if you're looking to trade for a short swing, then I would suggest let the price show strength and then only we enter the Kotak. I'll give you an example. Let's go to Trading View. Try to understand this point. Let's search for Kotak. Sorry, my keyboard is not very efficient today. Okay. So if you see, as per my golden swing delivery model, this is definitely a sell candidate because RS is zero less than zero, and the super trend is also suggesting negative zone for us. And there is volume, which is clearly red zone volume. Lot of volume, but a red zone volume. Both on a daily chart as well as 2 hourly chart, it looks like a sell candidate. Okay, but let's convert this daily chart into weekly chart. See, so super trend is still green on the weekly basis, although RS has gone below zero. Okay, now let's convert this weekly into monthly. So when you convert weekly into monthly, it is a buy with RS greater than zero. What does it mean? If you want to hold on to this stock for a longer tenure, for 4 years, 5 years, which I suggested in one of my videos. I suggested five stocks, and Kotak was one of those stocks. If you want to hold on to this stock for your long term family wealth, then this is a great stock. It will correct. It is an opportunity for you to keep on accumulating this stock at a lower level. Okay. Why? Because on a monthly basis, RS is more than zero, super trend is positive, and there is enough delivery when the breakout happened. See, this was a breakout level. When breakout happened, there was a delivery. But the moment you are trading for a shorter swings, uh, monthly chart is obviously if you are investing for a long time. But if you are trading for a shorter swings, then definitely this is a not a long candidate yet till RS crosses above zero, super trend becomes positive, and there is a price breakout at a higher level. I hope this was clear, Prateek. Okay, Ashwin is asking Reliance short-term view. So let's go to Reliance again here. Same story. If you see Reliance, it's been on a sell mode from a short-term perspective for a long time. CRS has been below zero since when? Since 19th of October. Okay, 20th of October, RS has been below zero. So this stock was not a buy on short term. Why? Because even though the buy super trend was buy, but RS was below zero, so the buy did not signal. So still on a EOD basis, this is a sell candidate. Okay, but look at the monthly chart. On a monthly basis, if you see the stock is above, RS is above zero, and super trend is also positive. So same story. If you are looking to invest in the stock for a period of say 3 to 4 years, then I think Reliance is a stock one should always look at. When it falls, it's an opportunity to you buy to for you to buy. But if you're trading in this stock, you should always follow a particular time duration, which is more in sync with the trading call. So daily is good for your 5 days, 7 days to 30-day position. 2 hourly is good for your 2 days to 5 to 7 day position. But if you want to hold on to a stock for a long period of time, then you have to look at weekly or monthly. You can't make a judgment on short-term price movement of a stock by looking at those longer tenure charts. Ashwin, I hope I was able to clarify this. Okay, let's see. Astral. So Bhavin is asking Astral Polytechnique. Astral Polytechnique. So let's search for it. Astral. Astral quality. Why am I not getting it? So let me see trading view. Okay, getting view. So let me ask this question first to Bhavin. When you say long term, what is the time you're looking at? Bhavin, what's the time you're looking at? Okay, let me assume that Bhavin is looking for a time of say more than a year or so. So if you see on a EOD basis, again, please everyone focus on this discussion which I am making, because this is part of the webinar which I took, and it's a very sensible and logical model which I have developed for myself, and it works. Although in current market scenario, even this model is giving stop losses, but which is fine because for the last 1 year, this model has given a lot of profit. So this kind of a market, obviously, stop loss will be there. Good news is that stop loss is there, so that we have restricted our losses. You see the stock, Astor Poly, RS is above zero. Okay, super trend is positive, and is there volume delivery based activity in the last breakout? So last breakout was here, okay, and there was a bit of volume when the breakout happened. So I would say that this stock for me above 1600 is a good buy. Okay, there is no problem because on a long swing basis, which is from between 5 days to 30 days, it looks like a good candidate. On a short swing basis, from 2 days to probably 5 7 days, RS has just gone above zero. Okay, RSI is above 50 as well, and price is in positive territory as suggested by Super Trend. So let us try to see the breakout zone. So for breakout zone, I think this will be the best breakout zone. So 1728 is the breakout zone. So I suggest you can enter this stock at around 1730 with a stop loss of low of the candle where breakout happens and exit by 1790. This looks like a for a short-term trading perspective. And from 5 day to 30 day to 60 day perspective, this looks like a decent breakout, but only trade if this breakout gets convinced, which is probably around 1800 or so. Okay, Mr. Damodar is asking CDSL and Bosch for long term 5 years, sir. Fantastic. I love people asking me these questions. Even it's like a test match. So you love to play test match if you're a real cricketer. Okay, so from a 5 year perspective, from a short term swing perspective, that means 30 day to 60 day perspective, CDSL is a short. Okay, but if I have to see from a 5 year perspective, that means I have to see the monthly chart. Now look at the monthly chart. It's a newly listed company. It was listed in 2017, so you are not getting the RS 55 period here. So let us see the weekly chart. Yeah. So on a weekly basis, this stock is on a buy zone. Super trend is positive. RS is above zero. RSI is above 50. So I will find out reasons to buy this stock at a lower level. What could be the lower level? Price retracement levels. I think this could be a good price retracement. So if the price comes to around 450, I think you can make an attempt to buy this stock because last time price took a support from here and started this rally. This rally is now getting terminated here. So this could be a decent level. Why? Because a stock which is in uptrend for a long period of time will keep on making higher lows. So logically, this stock now should make a higher low if the long-term trend is continued. If it comes down, breaks this, probably it's a good time to execute the stop loss and move out of the stock. But I strongly believe that this stock has the potential because of the theme of new investors coming into the market and CDSL being the only listed depository in India. I think this stock has a long-term theme potential. So a good price range to buy this stock if it comes down to around 560 or so, and then probably if it breaks around this level, you can see a long-term movement in the stock. What I'm trying to do is I'm trying to explain you the concept, the model which I have defined. I mean, the more we follow the model, we will be in a peace of mind, especially in this scenario when market is falling and all your stocks are showing loss. What do? Do you allow your stop loss to get hit, or do you hold on to your stronger stocks? Relative strength is one indicator which actually gives you confidence to hold on to your stronger stock, even though market will continue to fall. Market will fall, but market will always recover. Always remember this. Until unless there is a crisis, and I don't see any kind of crisis getting developed in the market in near future. This is a healthy correction which should have come earlier. Now it is coming. Maybe market will stay go around 12,000, 12,500. Try to consolidate at this level before the market starts its new journey. So there's nothing to be negative about the market. There's no crisis which is shaping up. Everything looks fine. Just that you need to hold on to the strong stocks, because finally market recovers. The strong stocks are the one which will recover faster than the weaker stocks in the market. And the best way to identify the strong stocks is also available in StockEdge. You go to scans, you go to price scans, you go to 52-week breakout scans, and stocks which are within 52-week high zone. These are good enough stocks to look at, because these stocks reached their 52-week high at some point of time, right? And if they have reached there, that means bulls have control in this stock. So these stocks, if they are within the 52-week high zone and still showing strength vis-a-vis the market, and their super trend is also positive, great. These are the stocks where you should see recovery happening very fast. For example, classic case is Bajaj Auto. It made a 5-year high. Okay, look at this chart pattern. It made a high, then obviously the price corrected a bit, but not really, because if you see the breakout happened, 5-year breakout happened, and the stock is still hovering around that level with RS around zero. Delivery based breakout happened during these levels, and everything is possible about this stock. So if market recovers, obviously this stock will be the first one to recover. So these are the lists one should look at if you want to identify stocks which are under control of bull operators. Okay, and you should work on these stocks. Okay, Nirmal is asking IDBI Bank. So let's go to IDBI Bank. Oh my goodness, certainly not good from a long swing perspective. But let's see on a weekly chart if we can find anything for him. So this is your weekly chart. In weekly chart also IDBI Bank is very bad. Let's see on the monthly chart. On monthly chart also IDBI Bank is very bad. Okay. Now, how do you trade in these scripts? Suppose you already have it, or you still want to buy this script. How do you do that? The only way you can participate in these stocks is by taking a contrarian view. And contrarian view can only happen if you have fundamentally very strong reason to buy a stock. And that can only happen if you do a very deep dive of the sector or of the company, or you have some insider information about the company. So until unless you have a very strong contrarian conviction about the company, you should not get into these stocks, no matter how much cheap they are available. Okay. Uh, and if suppose you have some information, then do share with me also. But uh, I always prefer that let the price gives a confirmation that yes, this stock is strong. Then I will participate, even though it would be an expensive, because when the stock starts its journey from zero, I can't enter at zero, but I would love to enter at 20 and exit at 40 or 60, because my making money is always limited to what probably an operator will make. Operator will make from say 0 to 100, but I will make only between say 20, 30 to 50 or 60, right? So focus on only what you can make, not on what operator can make, because you can't be an operator. Okay, Shivam is saying make a video on market cycle. Okay, I'll do that. Okay, ITC United Spirit at current market price for 3 to 4 years time frame. Okay, let's do that. 3 to 4 years. So simple model again. Search for ITC, and this is free feature, which is, I mean, in trading view you can just go and draw this. RS is available on trading view. Super Trend is available on TradingView free of cost, so you don't have to incur any cost to create these kind of setups. So on a weekly basis, if you see, ITC is in a positive trend, RS, but RS is below zero. If RS is below zero, that worries me a lot. I want typically stocks where RS is more than zero. Let's see on a monthly basis. On a monthly basis, also, I see that RS is below zero. Even though the stock has gone up, but market has performed better than the stock. Try to understand the concept of RS. A stock on a standalone basis can look like that a stock has given 50% return, but when market is going more than the stock, that is an area of concern for me. So RS is negative, so I won't enter the stock till RS become positive. Let's see on a daily basis. On a daily basis, I can see the stock has a positive RS with super trend positive. So the conclusion is that if you want to participate in ITC for a shorter move, a very small move, maybe a 5% to 7%, 10% move, yes, you can, because indications are that the stock is decently poised for a very short move. But if you are playing for a long term 4 to 5 year investing, right now the price is not suggesting the strength in the stock for that kind of a longer tenure. You can do the investing for a shorter tenure and get out with a smaller take profit. The United Spirit, let's see the United Spirit. So United Spirit, unfortunately, has gone below zero RS. That means it has gone to a negative territory, and there is a sell also which happened today. Lot of sell volume has happened, and super trend has also suggested a negative view. So United Spirit, for a medium term swing is perspective, has gone into negative zone. Let's see on a weekly basis. So on a weekly basis, the stock has still not given confirmation from RS that it has not gone above zero, and the super trend is positive, but this RS has to go above zero if you are taking position on a weekly basis. So friends, you understand. Ultimately, first thing first is you have to decide what is the duration of your trade. Is it going to be a 10-day trade or a 20-day trade, or are you looking at probably 4 year, 5 year trade? Depending upon the duration of the trade, you have to select the duration of the chart. If you are looking for a say 4 to 5 year perspective, then obviously you have to look at monthly charts. If you are looking from a 1 to 2 year perspective, you have to look at weekly charts. So, and you have to blindly follow those charts. You have to trust those charts. You can't do that. You have to you're looking at monthly chart here and you exit based on a shorter time frame. No, then the objective is not getting matched. So my submission is that define the objective of your trade and then look at the chart and plan your trade accordingly. Okay. Ajay is asking about Balkrishna Industries. So let's search for Balkrishna in StockEdge. Okay, so it's pretty much in a neutral zone. Let's see trading view now. Okay, so it's just above zero RS. Super trend is positive and RSI is above 50. So yes, this is a good stock. If you want to play for probably 10 days to 30, 40, 50, 60 days of view, then this stock looks like to be a decent stock to play. You can either play on the retracement, that means you can play near this level, which is previous candle's low, which is around 1600, or you have to wait for the breakout to happen. Ideally, when you're doing an EOD trade, always look at the closing price. So this price, which is around 16, 17, 16, 15, 16, 20 could be a good price to buy. And, breakout above this point, which is 1720, is a good price to buy. Any price between these two is actually a no trade zone, because even though the stock is showing strength, but the price is not going to do anything during that time frame. So it doesn't make sense to invest or to trade in this kind of a zone right now. Okay, so Dharta is asking Tata Steel. Tata Steel. So Tata Steel, this is a good stock. This stock is above RS is above zero. That means it has outperformed the market. Although for the last few days it is underperforming the market, but overall it has been an outperformer in the market. It has a sell trend right now, so I can't enter the stock before this sell trend becomes a buy trend. Okay. So what do I do? I'll wait. I'll wait for this stock to either take a support at a lower zone and again change the trend from sell to buy because my RS is supporting the stock. Let's see the 2 hour time frame. On a 2 hourly time frame, the stock is already in a negative zone where it has given a breakdown. There is a sell signal and RS is below zero. Okay. So if I am looking to invest in this stock for 30 days to 60 days, I can't because the trend is negative. If I'm looking to place swing in this stock, maybe I'll use the short opportunity. So I'll buy the put option or I'll sell the call option because the stock has gone into the negative territory for a 2 days to 5 to 6 day period. Okay. If I want to play for say 2 years time zone, which is weekly, let's see. On a weekly basis, yes, the stock is a good stock, still a buy candidate if you want to play for a period of 2 years to 3 years. And if you want to play for a period of more than 4 to 5 years, then look at the monthly chart and just follow these charts if you want to play that kind of a level. So, it's very simple depending upon what kind of trade you do. You are an intraday trader, then obviously RS is not the best tool for intraday. Intraday is typically price driven, but if you are a shorter swing, then RS 2 hourly is good. If you are a medium term swing, then RS daily is good. If you are a slightly a longer medium term swing, which is from 2 year period, then RS weekly is good. And if you are a long term investor, then RS monthly is a good tool for your long term portfolio creation. Okay, Saurav is asking to discuss L&T Finance, so let's do that. So let's go to trading view directly. L&T. So this is my monthly chart. Let me convert this into a daily chart. Okay, so I'll pretty much the same story as Tata Steel. The stock was showing strength, but because market has fallen, it has gone into a sell mode. So if you were invested in this stock for a shorter time frame, the stop loss would have hit. Okay, and right now you can play a short swing in this stock on a 2 hourly basis. But if I convert this into a weekly chart, RS is below zero, so it doesn't satisfy my condition on a weekly basis. But super trend is positive, so I will not do anything with this stock right now. Similarly, on the monthly chart, I will not do anything with this stock. In fact, if I have this stock, I will sell this stock. If I have been holding on to the stock from an investor perspective, okay. Lawrence Lab, I can see a suggestion by Senthil that he wants a weekly and monthly chart in StockEdge. We are working on it. We'll definitely revert back to you after we are done with that. Lawrence Lab for short term. Lawrence Lab. Okay, so RS above zero, good. Super trend positive, good. Is there any delivery based volume activity around this breakout? For that, we need to check StockEdge. So let's go to Lawrence Lab. Let's open the StockEdge template. Let's see the deliveries. So this stock actually on an overall sees a lot of delivery. So this price point around 366, see, there's enough delivery which is happening around this price point. So I would say that yes, there is interest in this company. The trend is positive, so everything looks good. So if the price comes down further, could be a good opportunity to enter this stock at around say 355-ish. Okay, because RS is positive and super trend is also positive. Okay, Raghu is asking how do you manage the cash aspect in trading, basically cash management. Sorry, I didn't get your question, but if your question was that how do you, so if you have cash and you want to invest in cash, that is what you're saying, or if you have cash, then how do you give the cash to the broker? I think the question needs to be clarified. If you can, Raghu, if you can clarify this question further. Okay, Damodara is asking about India Mart. So let's go to India Mart. Okay, so this is one of the stocks which has been absolutely outperformer in the market. Looks like the stock will continue its uptrend. Very expensive stock, but very, very relevant stock. Okay, so this is your daily chart. What do you think? The stock is good if you want to buy. So how do you deal with the situation? Suppose you don't have this stock and you want to buy now, and you don't know whether it will go up or go down. But frankly speaking, no one can tell you from here whether it will go up or it will go down. Okay. So what ideally you should do is, if you intend to invest a lakh of rupee in this company, then 20% you can invest now because the super trend is positive and others is above zero. And suppose it comes down to this level around 7,300, invest another 20% in this company. And when it comes down to this level, invest another 20% in the company. So because you can't time the market properly, so it's better to keep on adding 20% in a strong stock. And if you want to exit, you can probably exit by exiting either 20% up, or you can exit at the one price when the trend goes negative. But ideally, what I prefer to do is 20% entry and 20% exit, so that at the end of my trade, I have around 50 to 60% of my portfolio still there in that stock. And I make enough money in in the rest 50% so that my costing of buying that stock actually goes down. So it's very difficult to time the market. Very honestly, no one can tell you exactly what price you should enter the stock. It's better to start with 20% and keep on averaging. If the stock is strong, if the stock has gone into negative zone, then you better exit that stock with whatever stop loss or whatever loss you have incurred. Okay, Avenue Super Smart. Let's go to Avenue Super Smart. So pretty much the same story as India Mart. Strong stock, RS is above zero, so it is going to outperform the market. Looks like similar kind of a structure. So pretty much the same suggestion for India Mart for Avenue Smart. Asian Paints, yes, very interesting. Okay, so the problem with Asian Paint is that it is under control of bears now. It is RS is below zero, okay, and RSI is also below 50, and the stock is going down. So on a daily basis, the stock is not looking good. But let's see on a weekly basis. Yes, on a weekly basis, the stock is still strong. So what do we do? If you enter Asian Paints now, you have to be mentally prepared that you have to hold on to this stock for 2 3 years. You may still see some mark-to-market loss in your books, but for a period of 2 to 3 years, it's a good stock to buy. But you can't do both the things. You can't hold on to a stock looking at longer time frame chart and keep a stop loss which is very close. If you are looking to hold on to a stock for a long period of time, then stop loss will also be big. Obviously, the target profit will also be big. So depends upon your objective. If you want Asian Paints to hold on for long, this is a good stock. You can enter because RS is still above zero and the stock is still in a bullish territory. Motilal Oswal. So this is a weekly chart of Motilal. Again, from a weekly trading perspective, it's still on the long side. On a daily trading perspective, similar kind of a structure, underperforming the market. Super trend has just become negative. Market overall is becoming weak. So if you have to see, the whole point is that if you trade in this stock, if you put your money in this stock, it can't be for a shorter time frame, because shorter time frame, it is showing a negative trend. The moment you increase the time frame to weekly, the stock is in a positive frame. Okay, so if you want to invest, but that has to be for a long period of time. It can't be for a period of 10 days or 15 days. So you can see prices come down further in this 10 to 15 days period. Okay, in this in bank. Okay, so this is the weekly chart of IndusInd Bank. On a weekly basis, nah, this is a RS is less than zero. I will not put my money in this bank. No. So what has happened? See, on this is a daily chart where the super trend is showing negative feeling, and RS has just gone below zero. So I'll exit the stock. I will not hold on to the stock because clearly the trend is negative in this in bank right now. I will not hold on to the stock. Okay, Partha is asking. Excel Tech or Infi, your views of position. Okay, Excel Tech or Infi. Okay, let's see. What's this? So this is daily chart of Infosys. The trend has just become negative, I think, but RS is above zero. So probably the stock will recover back and the trend will become positive. The moment trend becomes positive, I will enter. Otherwise, I'll wait for this stock to become positive again. HCL Tech. HCL Tech is definitely not a buy because the stock RS is still below zero or approximately around zero. But the trend is again negative. So the trend has to come back to positive before I initiate my buy position. Bandhan Bank. It's a very dicey bank. See, the way these stocks move, RS is less than zero and already super trend is negative. So I can't buy this stock from a short swing perspective. But from a weekly chart perspective, no, on a weekly basis also, I'm not going to buy the stock. So Bandhan Bank is definitely out of my radar. It doesn't give me comfort. Look at the movement of this stock. It's very, very weird movement stock. So I will stay away from this stock. Rico Auto. Rico Auto. Let's see. So this is a weekly chart of Rico Auto. RS is less than zero. Super trend is positive, so I will not do anything about it. Let's see. Ah, this is nice. So look at this. Super trend is still positive around. So the price is around super trend level, which is very, very encouraging. And RS is around zero plus. And RSI is also reverting from 40. So yes, Rico is a stock which I would like to buy. I would like to take a risk with a stop loss of candle low of the candle where I entered this stock. So Rico is good from a 30-day to 40-day perspective. Okay, Spice Jet. Vishal is asking Spice Jet. So Spice Jet, this is daily chart. RS is above zero, but super trend is now negative. So I can't buy right now till the super trend becomes positive. But look at the weekly chart. On a weekly chart, super trend is positive and RS is below zero, so I can't do anything about it. Yeah, I can't do anything about this stock right now until the super trend starts getting into positive zone, which will happen once the stock breaks this level, which is around 97. 97 के ऊपर में ये stock super trend positive हो जाएगा तब मैं कुछ करूंगा otherwise I can't do anything about this stock. Okay, Ashok Leland, let's see. Okay, this is good stock. Trend is positive, although it has corrected from the top, but trend is positive. RS is above zero. So I won't mind getting into this stock again when the stock is available at a lower price. So maybe this was a good level when the price got corrected 113, 130 not, yeah. So this was the low which has got broken. Now the most logical level for me is this level, which is 100. So if Ashok Leland comes to around this level, which is 108, I can make an attempt by 20%. If it goes down further, I can make follow-on attempt. But till the RS is above zero and stock is making higher highs and higher lows and super trend is positive, I will accumulate this stock for a longer tenure position. What is the tenure? 30 days to 60 days. Why? Because it's a daily chart. If it's a 2 hourly chart, which is for a period of 2 day to 5 to 7 days, then clearly it's a no trade zone because RS is not below zero and the super trend is sell. So I will not do. Suppose RS goes below zero and super trend becomes still remains sell, then probably I will go and short this. Okay, ICICI Securities. Let's search for ICICI Securities. Unfortunately, this stock is not good to look at because look at the RS. It has been negative territory for long period of time. The stock has gone up, come down again, up and down again. So it's not a very good trending stock, and it will give you a lot of botherations. Let us see for a longer tenure perspective. So longer tenure weekly chart also it is showing a negative trend. And what about the monthly? No. So monthly RS is not available because it's a newly listed something. Yeah. Okay, Mr. So there is a question by Mr. Dattaram. Sir, in StockEdge, JK paper is showing under Nifty consumption, but on NSE website is shown under Nifty 500. How to compare this or what to follow for stock under same sector? Well, Nifty 500 is a different index which takes care of the top 500 companies in Nifty. And Nifty consumption is a thematic index which was created by NSE. Okay, so same stock can be in both. When we talk about sector, so JK paper is not part of either Nifty consumption sector or Nifty 500 sectors. JK cement is part of paper sector, but unfortunately, paper sector doesn't have any index in exchange. That's why we have compared it with the Nifty consumption. So if you talk about stockage, you go to JK paper, fundamental. You see, it's part of a paper product. And whenever I have to compare it, I typically have to compare it with the paper industry. But there is no index with whom I can compare with the paper industry. So if you see, that's why we have compared this with Nifty consumption because that's the nearest comparable we could have drawn because in Nifty consumption, JK paper stock is also there. So it's not absolutely correct, as you rightly pointed out, Dattaram. It's not a 100% accurate comparison, but that's the nearest comparison we could have made. Okay, Arpan is saying yes, bank. Sorry, I'm searching for Arpan. Sorry. Uh, See, from an immediate swing perspective, Arpan, uh, although there is a negative sign, but the stock is as part of the outperformer. So I would expect this stock to recover from around 14-ish level. I would expect, okay, because this was the low which it made in the previous swing low. Okay, this. But on a weekly basis, let's see on a weekly basis. On a weekly basis, the stock is unfortunately RS is below zero. Uh, Although the stock is in a positive trend, but RS is below zero. So I will not hold on to the stock for a long time. So if you already have this stock, then I think you will have to wait for this price around. I think this is the lowest price. If it crossed below this price 12, then it's a alarming thing. But ideally, because on a daily basis RS is above zero, if the price starts taking support from here and it breaks this high, which was around 18, it could go to new level. But right now, I see the stock probably will stay here for some time, between say 12 and the higher level was around 18. So what do you do now? Probably you can make an attempt when the stock reaches 14. You can make an attempt to buy one more, a few more, and average it out if you want to, with a very, very strict stop loss. Or if it breaks below 14, you can exit. Okay. So this is a zone which probably could be a negative zone, because by that time RS will also go below zero and super trend will also show negative. So the stock may remain negative for some time if it goes below this 14 level. Okay, so I hope I was able to answer few of your queries. I hope you understood the process. Sorry, I was not in my best of the best energy because of slightly down energy. But the idea of this session was to make you guys understand the process which I follow. And stockage is very, very integral part of my process. I've been using it very diligently to look at the delivery data, to look at the stocks which could potentially give me breakouts. So the scan feature of stockage is extremely powerful, which will give you new stock ideas where you can see some kind of a momentum is getting built. And if the strength of the stock is there and the trend of the stock is there, then definitely that stock has the potential to give you a good swing. Market has been giving fantastic swings for the last few months. I think market wants some kind of a breather. Market needs to consolidate. So this 12,500 to 13,500 is a zone where market wants to consolidate for some time before market wants to give a new breakout. I still believe, in my video also I mentioned that 11,500 to 12,000 is a new base for Nifty, and I don't see there is any crisis which is getting shaped up anywhere because of which markets will go down from there. So stay intact with these shorter swings playing the market. And if you get the market around 12,000 level, I think that's the time where you can actually go aggressive in buying few stronger stocks in the market. But if you track strong stocks and weak stocks on a daily basis using stockage, I'm sure you will be able to get a very strong hand on the stocks where you would like to invest or you would like to trade in, depending upon your duration. Again, repeating one thing, the duration definition is important. Is it for 5 days, 20 days, 60 days, 1 year, 5 year? Based on your duration definition, you actually define your strategy. Otherwise, it's pretty random, and people generally don't make money if they work randomly in market. All right, so guys, I will have to close this video because of some reasons. I hope you like this interaction. So I have given you an idea how to look at it. Do it on your own. Don't seek stock ideas from people like us, or don't get validation of stock ideas from us. Happy to help you wherever you feel like. You can send a comment in below this video. Below this video, I will reply back to your comment. And in case you need any help with respect to stockage, please feel free to write to me at vivek@stockage.com, and I will make sure that I reply to you with best of my ability. Thank you so much for watching this video. Have a great weekend coming forward. Relax, and I'll see you next Wednesday, 5 p.m. same time, same place. Bye bye.